Okay, we are back. Gragas taking blue buff here. Sejuani looking to roam top lane. Lulu is a bit extended, so they could definitely potentially get a pick there.
Especially if the Lulu does happen to get caught out, but I think the Lulu does have wards, or she was pinged away.
I'd like to see red team get a dragon here, since there's 3 top. They're gonna go for the Rift Herald.
That Anivia getting a lot of damage off on the Victor in mid lane when the camera panned over it really fast.
Anivia is ahead by 15 creeps, and that is significant at this time of the game. Something else to notice is that Callista is ahead in creeps on Vayne.
It does look like red team's actually going to get this dragon if they land their smite properly.
Yep. Blue team nowhere near, and they have basically 2 smites in Callista and the actual smite of Rammus.
Yeah, that Rend is pretty overpowered in smite terms. I mean, it's practically a smite in its own.
Very true. And sometimes even better.
Yeah. She lands enough hooks, or spears.
Especially late game.
They have a lot of vision on the map so far. Blue team has practically the entire top side red jungle warded. The Lulu only trailing behind the Vayne in 4 CS.
Yep, it is just a farm lane top.
No big plays happening yet, folks.
We do have a confrontation here. Rammus taking a lot of damage.
Ooh,
being forced to blast over the wall.
Yeah.
Good Anivia wall as well.
Yeah, that was an amazing time with Anivia wall, trapping the Rammus, forcing him to use flash.
A huge amount of damage by Anivia onto Victor. At this point in the game, Anivia is fairly mana hungry though, but once she gets her Rod of Ages completed, Trundle getting caught out, dying. May he rest in peace. He will not be trolling for 10 more seconds. And
it looks like the Callista and Kale are gonna skirmish down bot lane. Callista fighting in the minions. That's a little scary.
Kiting nicely, friend.
Callista kiting. Oh, nice play on the Callista part.
Callista picking up a nice solo kill.
It does look like it.
He does use the growth, but I don't think it'll be enough.
Nah, I don't think so. Vayne picking up the kill right there.
So, a kill onto both AD carries, evening things out again. And now Vayne is only down by 2 creeps compared to the Callista. I think quite a bit of that, though, is due to the weird lane swaps and awkward positioning of both members and both teams.
Yeah. Vayne looks like she's staying top lane to farm a little more, trying to probably... Oh, she actually pulled ahead of the Callista by 2.
Trundle trying to get in some deep wards.
Vision always went perfect.
Anivia has completed the Rod of Ages.
Ooh, Anivia landing the wall right there. Ooh, doing a lot of damage to the Victor.
Good W by Victor, but his damage just didn't even seem like it existed.
Victor burning flash right there. Probably a wise decision, otherwise he probably would have gotten side ulted.
Anivia has a very large amount of base damage, and she also completed her Rod of Ages, so it's fairly expected she'll be doing that much.
Ooh, the Rammus getting caught.
Taking aggro. Sejuani ult used. He does not have flash. Rammus going down, partly because of his positioning earlier, having to flash over the wall. Obviously, if he had flash available, he would have been able to live there, but he did not, so he died.
Victor not having flash, Anivia getting a lot of damage off. Ooh, missing the Q.
Victor ulted, and the pause coming in during combat. Very interesting pause. Trundle even himself saying combat question mark. Currently there is a DC on the blue team.
Oh, I don't see that working out for the Anivia in the slightest bit.
It definitely won't be helping Anivia here. That being said, Victor doesn't seem like he has that much mana. He has 82 mana. I don't think he'll be able to kill Anivia. Obviously, I don't think Anivia will be able to kill him. He'll probably just get a few auto attacks here, and Anivia will walk away scot-free. That being said,
A summoner has disconnected.
Oh,
here's
the DC message actually just popped up.
DC. Blue team does have a significant gold lead. 14 minutes into the game. 5 kills. And a few CS leads in the lanes. ADCs are relatively even. Obviously, 1 CS difference there. Nivea ahead in creeps. Kale ahead in creeps. Even Gragas ahead in jungle. Minions, jungle, camps, jungle.
Definitely going to work out in the blue side favor.
Jungle monsters. Trundle, though, is ahead of the Sejuani by 2 creeps.
Yeah.
I think that's a game changer right there. I want to see the Trundle take an absolute dump in those team fights with that CS lead. Yeah, this sound needs to be muted. Much better. What would you like to see out of each team in team fights?
I'd like to see the blue team peeling for the Anivia and Vayne more often. Because Victor does pose a little bit of a threat in regards to the Vayne and Anivia both being squishy champs. But, I mean, Vayne has lifesteal and everything, but I believe that if Victor can pull off this kill right here in mid lane, he'd be able to finish his first item, and I don't think he finished his first item yet. Nope, hasn't finished his first item yet. And actually be able to pull off a little bit of a damage in regards to trying to burst them down while his team peels for him.
Yeah, I really like the Anivia pick against the Rams. I think that was a really smart pick. Kale just reconnected, so I am expecting us to be on pause soon, and I will unmute League of Legends sounds, on the mixer. The only reason it's muted now is so we don't have to hear, the Victor ult constantly blaring in my ears.
It's in my ears right now, and it is getting a little bit annoying.
From the red team, I'd really like to see a good Wombo combo with the Victor AoE, and even Lulu has a bit of AoE too with her Glitter Lance. I'd like to see Rammus get in there, maybe a 2, even potentially, hopefully, a 3-man Kalista ultimate, and some Victor abilities. Abuse the AoE.
It seems like Trundle's not even level 6 yet, though.
That being said, I really like how blue team has a lot of damage and peeling potential. They have Gragas, and they also have Anivia. They even have Sejuani support. Kale leaving the game again.
Probably having really big internet problems.
We don't have an official confirmation on why, but my best guess is a fat break. You know, sometimes you just gotta have a nice one. Have you ever gone on a fat break?
No. When I'm in game, I usually try to focus on the game, and if I need to eat, I try to eat after or when I'm not playing.
I'm not talking about eating, I'm talking about fapping.
Oh, fapping. Oh.
Yeah, have you ever had a fat break?
No.
You've never had a fat break.
Not while I'm playing League.
Wow. You know, sometimes you just need to have a fat break, you know? Sometimes a game can be getting too stressful. Kale reconnecting a very, very fast one.
Seems like it's actually been
able to relieve that tension very quickly. Very well played by Kale. Game was getting a little too stressful.
needed to relieve some stress for like 2 seconds.
Yep. I mean, hey, that 2 seconds could help that Kale get in the right mindset to carry this game.
Untilt the Kale a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
That one death to Callista may have done it, you know? And you said, listen, I need to take a fat break. You know?
I'm crying right now.
That is a very good point. Nightmare. And it begins, and like I expected, Victor doesn't have the damage to kill Anivia. But Gragas going in, putting a lot of damage in. Very, very well done mechanically by Gragas to secure that kill. Really liked how he was able to weave in the autos with the stun. And didn't use his ultimate too early, didn't use it too late.
Yeah, that was a nice play on the Gragas' part.
Putting the music, the audio back on. Bot lane, Rammus looking to make a play here in a 3v1 scenario as Kale wisely backing off. And they're putting pressure on the tower though.
It does look like they're gonna get the blue side tower.
It's a really good rotation by the red team.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
That being said, blue team still has a 2k gold lead, a little bit over 2.2k. Rammus spinning. Looking to, I'm guessing, do blue buff. Probably give that to Victor.
It does look like they're gonna try to get Rift Herald. Giving it to Gragas for a faster jungle clear.
Yep, and Victor does take the blue buff. That will allow him to clear waves very, very quickly in the mid lane. I know personally, playing Victor, used to play him fairly often. His laser, especially when upgraded, is just hilarious when you have blue buff. You're able to push so easily and effortlessly.
Let's just hope Anivia doesn't steal it from him.
That being
That would
said,
definitely work
Anivia
against him.
also very good at pushing. Rammus looking to make a play here. Looking to engage on the Sejuani. There's a pink there, so they're able to spot him out. Notice that Vayne is not there. She's actually farming bot lane currently, so this isn't a numbers advantage in favor of blue team. So I just want to, stay here and clear some wards, but I don't see them wanting to fight.
I don't see a fight breaking out. Ooh, Anivia getting the stun and E off on that Victor, doing a lot of damage.
Definitely. And her CS lead is also increasing as well.
It looks like the Victor and Trundle are gonna possibly
They're
giving the blue
looking
team this
for the dragon, and a lot of that is because of the damage put onto Victor by Anivia. It'd be very hard for them to contest it with a Victor that low. Especially with all the hard engaged by the blue team. It'd be very easy just to burst him down. Just lock him down a little bit.
It looks like Callista's gonna get a little poke off on that Sejuani though. Ooh, blue team leading by almost 3k gold now.
And they also got the second dragon, rather.
About a 3K deficit now. Oh,
Red team looking for an engage with the wall used. This is what I was talking about earlier. Really hard for Rammus to engage against Anivia. I really like that pick. I think that was really smart.
Into that Rammus, yeah, that was a really smart pick and a really good wall right there.
Lulu and Kale.
It looks like
Farming top
the Vayne actually pulls ahead of Ballista and Farm.
One whole
by
creep
one.
right now.
Yeah.
Oh, now they're tied. Callista
Definitely
getting
gonna-
two. Now Callista with the CS lead. Trundle also ahead on the Sejuani. You can only hope that Sejuani will be able to close that gold lead by Trundle. Callista going Bork first, no surprise. Vayne going
Ooh, it
Bork.
looks like the Lulu's going
No
in on the
surprise.
Kale. Rammus coming in.
Kale using the ultimate, but getting taunted up. Sejuani, really good flash.
Ooh, it looks like they're gonna get that Rammus down a lot. But I think he's
Not
actually
much
gonna get
follow-up
away. Yeah.
damage. Very good coordination by the blue team. Very nice flash by Sejuani.
Ooh, Anivia doing 517 damage with her E right there.
Kale to go down, but so should Rammus. Anivia missing the Flash Frost.
Anivia.
Callista taking a lot of damage. The tick of Ignite will kill her.
Wow.
Anivia
Lulu
taking this
TP
game
in.
into her own hands. Lulu TP. She does have ult, so it will be a little bit challenging to dive her. But the Anivia
honestly
damage is just ridiculous, so it doesn't
I
matter.
honestly think that was a bad play on the Lulu's part, to be honest, because she just gave them another kill along with the
Not to
tower.
mention, they didn't even have to dive her immediately. They actually could have taken a tower and then killed her. So I think that
Yeah.
TP was a little bit, maybe out of instinct, you know, defend the tower. Maybe a little bit greedy, but whatever the logic there was, it didn't seem to work out very well for her.
They're tied in towers and dragons, but blue team still has, oh, it seems like a 5K gold difference now.
But that was
Or
just
almost
partially
5K.
because of how big Anivia was. Vayne even.
Anivia leading by
Fed
20
now.
CS against that Victor.
It's going to be
Kale
very,
beating
very
Lulu by 30.
interesting with this gold lead in the team compositions, how red team is going to win a team fight. It's going to be, in my opinion, very challenging for them too.
Trundle actually getting caught right there.
Taking a lot of damage, the silver bolts. But Vayne chooses to back off.
I think she
Because of
could
the
have actually
Lulu.
gotten it. But the Lulu there, yeah, it might have been a little
Vayne,
risky.
Lulu, yeah, Lulu could have ulted Trundle. Could have also shielded Trundle, given movement speed, whimsy, that type of stuff. Fair move for her to back off. They're already winning the game. They're gonna look to siege mid. They don't have the best siege here. I know as a Vayne player myself, Vayne's siege is not that great.
Ooh, Greg is stealing the Rammus's blue. Beating him by at least 30 CS.
And that's really going to hurt Victor out of anyone. Notice how
Yeah.
Victor's really, I mean, obviously besides the Doran's ring, he has 180 mana from his Hex Core, but Victor's E, his laser, costs a very significant amount of mana, and he's not going to be able to spam that as freely as he would like to without the blue buff.
Giving Anivia yet another advantage over the
Sejuani going on an adventure. I'm a little bit surprised they didn't go on her earlier, but they go on her now, but it's a little bit too late. They definitely could have closed in on her there.
Maybe placed the Trundle pillar a little to the right a little bit and trapped her against the wall, because I believe you can still do that.
Taking out the pink ward.
It looks like Drag's going to be up in 6 seconds, and they're going to
Red
try to
team
get it as
definitely
soon
more
as possible.
prepared. Vayne is having to come down from top lane. Could have probably orchestrated that a little bit better. Vayne, in my opinion, should have been coming down earlier.
A lot earlier. It looks like Red Team's actually going to pull out, though.
But because Blue Team is just so far ahead in terms of the gold lead, it just doesn't matter.
That Anivia focusing their team right out of there because they didn't give her any more kills.
It's going to be another dragon for Blue Team.
Again, increasing the gold difference by 6k now.
Red Team pushing mid, but Blue Team can't engage. Going on to Victor, really good target to get onto right now. This should be a kill, and it is.
Yep, they get him.
Lulu taking quite a bit of damage there. Now Trundle being focused down.
Ooh, that was a nice sedge ult right there. Lulu trying to save the Trundle, but not being able to. Giving red buff to the Vayne, thus increasing her advantage even more. Ooh,
Ramus
Sejuani peeling for that.
taking a
Anivia
lot of
right there.
damage from the Anivia and the Vayne Silver Bolts.
I believe that's actually going to be the mid tower now.
Meanwhile, Gragas using his big fat belly to kill raptors.
Poor birds.
He does have explosive cask available, and they're still fairly healthy. Callista, get that ult a little bit too greedy, and like I expected,
using
they're not
ult.
going to be able to get much off of that. The problem here is that Blue Team has a 10k gold lead, which is absolutely huge for 24 minutes in the game.
Yeah. If they make it into late game, it'll just get even higher and higher and harder for them to turn the game around. Not that they couldn't turn the game around. It looks like Blue's gonna try to take their tier 2 as well. Try to keep pushing the wave in their favor.
And I definitely believe that Blue Team scales better as well. So for them to have this gold lead is
Hard.
very nice.
Yeah.
They should be able to get this tower. They shouldn't get too greedy though. Gragas though, very tanky. Stunned in mid-body slam, throwing out the explosive
Victor
cast.
Ooh, I think the Gragas is actually...
Can't get another auto. A very, very, very nice Sejuani ult. Very nice Flash Frost as well by Anivia.
They turned that around hard. Vayne
Now,
using Flash to get the
Victor will actually
Ooh,
pick
Victor
up a
taking
kill
him
onto
down.
Vayne. That was a huge amount of damage by Victor.
Victor might have gotten himself back into the game.
Will
now.
he escape or will Sejuani? Sejuani finds him, and this should be a kill for Sejuani.
Another kill for Sejuani, making her 2-0 with 11 assists.
Very, very nice. And Sejuani's been landing, honestly, great ultimates this game.
Yeah, that was a great ultimate to peel for that Gragas right there.
In that team fight over here, she landed a 3-man ultimate, and that just allowed them to set up a lot of free damage. Anivia also landed a 2-man Flash Frost. I'd really like to see Blue Team try to take top or bot. Bot is really, really low. Honestly, 2 auto attacks should take that. I could also see the argument for going top side due to the Baron. Even top tower has taken some damage. Right now they're more poised around top. What you could even see them do is send Kale top and the rest bot. There's quite a few things they could do here. But
The Sedge taking a journey down there.
bot tower should be very easy for them to get.
We're doing a lot of damage to that Trundle.
Trundle
making him
burning flash.
Wow.
Vayne
Olivia
pushing
definitely
by.
very strong. Olivia hoping to land a stun right here.
She does land the stun. Callista getting some damage on the side, but she's not near any of her teammates, which can be a bit worrisome. She's gonna get focused down here, and she will die, like I
Does get caught
said.
out.
Another very nice Sejuani ult, 2-man. It's really all they need at this point because of how big they are. Ram is taking a lot of damage. Ram is to go down again.
It does actually look like it's going to be a 12k difference in gold right here.
Anivia's Frostbite doing a hilarious amount of damage.
It's unreal how much damage Anivia does if she snowballs. She's 3-0-11. She's a monster or manhandling them.
Something else that we haven't really seen this game is Kale or Vayne ever even being close to being threatened.
Yeah.
They've been perfectly safe the whole game, able to do a very large amount of damage, or even Anivia by that matter.
The Gragas and
There's-
Sejuani peeling for them non-stop.
Yeah, and also just setting up really nice engages, and they're able to burst down the red team before they can even get anything done.
Kale taking another ward, or another 2 wards. This gold deficit
I
is...
wonder if red team's going to go for a desperation Baron. That'd be interesting.
That would be interesting. I think Blue would realize they actually have it worded right now. They would realize and honestly try to push, because if the red team did go for Baron, I believe blue team would be able to just go into their base and end.
Ramus looking to pick up a dragon. Blue team will be there. By himself, he doesn't have damage to close that out.
Greg is going in on them by himself. Oh, but the Nivea comes in and pretty much
Good Trundle
destroys them.
pillar, but again, blue team is just so fed at this point. Their numbers are just higher. They'd have to play a team fight very, very poorly in order to lose it.
Winning 22 to 4 kills.
Looks like they're setting up for Baron themselves here. I'd really like to see a pink ward on the Baron for blue side, since they are ahead. It could potentially bait out fight. They also have large amount of engage. The pink ward does go down, and they are taking the Baron.
They're gonna burst it down too fast for the red team to even try to contest it.
The sad part is that this is really a Baron fight would be the best chance that red team would have of coming back, and since Victor's bot lane did the inhibs, I mean, there's really not much they can do in the situation they're in.
Anivia didn't even help with the Baron, and they bursted it down that fast. Anivia taking a lot of damage here, but I believe she still has egg. Yeah, she does. I don't think they've actually procced Anivia's egg the entire game.
I haven't seen it.
That's amazing on the Anivia's part. It looks like they're all blue team's headed top to try to push that hard
Yep,
to try
get
to get
the third
other two
inhibitor.
towers.
Lulu,
Trying to make a
not
stand
in the
against
best
Kale,
position
but-
here. Flash, but
Ooh,
Vayne is
flashing,
there.
But Vayne is there, yeah.
Vayne has ult too. Ramus
Vayne.
also most likely going to go down.
That was a
And he
beautiful
will.
condemn on the Vayne's part. And the Nivea wall.
They're now going to take top tower, obviously with no resistance. They could honestly probably already straight up dive them 5v5, but they got 2 free kills. This should be a third inhibitor easily. And potentially
Ooh,
even
Gragas
end the
going
game
in.
here. Very, very, very good play by Gragas.
I believe that they could end
This
the game.
should be the game right here.
Yeah. It looks like it's gonna be game. We'll see what happens next time. Or in the next game.
We'll see what happens next
That's the
time
thing.
on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Wow. Leading by almost, 21k gold right there at the end. Excited to see the stats.
Taking a look at the grid here. Vayne actually doing the most damage. 21,000
damage overall, or
damage to champions.
damage to champions?
Anivia in second place, shy by 1,000. Victor actually did almost as much damage as the Anivia.
Which is surprising. I didn't expect that at all. 200 less than the Anivia,
Callista
actually.
not doing much damage. Lulu obviously not doing that much damage. I'm curious how both teams will change their strategies in the next game.
I could actually foresee an Anivia ban because of how well they played with Anivia.
Before we get into Champion Select, I'm going to cue the music. Please wait patiently until we are in the next game.
Check this out.
The music will now be paused, and we will actually hopefully have an intelligent discussion about the upcoming Champion Select.
I actually foresee a Anivia ban, to be honest.
Lee Sin banned out again. Okay. Interesting. I definitely think they will be a little bit more hesitant picking the Rammus so early when they know that they have an Anivia pocket pick on the enemy team.
They do
Janna
switch
banned.
sides, right? After the first game?
Yes.
Like, blue team will be red now? Okay. Oh, Janna ban. It's a little weird. I'm actually expecting an Anivia ban, to be honest. It would be crazy of them not to, or maybe a Sag too, because the Sag didn't die at all.
The Sedge also had some very, very nice ultimates, but the
It does look
Gragas
like
ban.
Gragas is going to get banned, yeah.
Gragas also did very well that game. I mean, honestly, everyone on their team did well.
Winding up with a 21k gold difference at the end of that match.
Nidalee banned again. Udyr was banned the last game. I wonder if he will get banned. Kog'Maw banned.
Another Kog'Maw ban. That's what they banned last time, I believe. So everything the same but the Gragas ban so far.
Elise banned this time instead of Udyr. Interesting.
And both of them are actually pretty OP junglers with Runic Echoes.
Sivir being hovered. Perhaps looking for a strong engaged team. And she just scales well now that her W crits. The Ricochet.
Hovering over that Sivir. Actually a pretty nice pick in this meta. I'm excited to see what ARC's mid laner picks this game. Ooh, it looks like they're going to get a Nautilus pick this game, yeah.
Nautilus, I heard his Riptide was nerfed, but the person who told me that said the nerf wasn't strong enough to deter people from picking Nautilus, and apparently not.
Yeah, his E actually only got nerfed by 5 damage every level.
Wow.
So at level 4 it's only doing 25 less damage than it actually was originally, which isn't actually much. To be honest, I think they should have nerfed the scaling for his shield with health and everything, because that's actually pretty OP. He can take trades. He can actually tower dive level 2 if he takes shield second.
He also still has a very, very, very high amount of utility. They're looking to hover over the Sejuani again, and based on past results, it's really easy to see why.
Yeah, it worked last game. Why not do it again?
Sivir is a little bit trickier to catch out due to her spell shield, but she's not the only person on that team.
Possibly, maybe another lane swap to get towers out of the way earlier.
A lot of hard engage if they had Nautilus and Sejuani. Ashe, also hard engage. Also very good kiting.
Oh, Rammus pick again.
Interesting.
Only this time it's on the opposite team. Oh wait, no, that's the same team. My bad.
It should be the same. I find that a little bit interesting.
Oh, going with the Anivia again.
And that's exactly why.
Because of the
Anivia
Rammus,
is open, and Anivia worked so well and just does work really well against Rammus. I find that a little bit odd they would try that again after it not working out very well for them last game. Yeah. Maybe they thought that wasn't the problem. Maybe they're thinking, there's something else they did wrong last game. But I definitely don't think that was a factor that was helping them. In fact, I think that was a factor that was hindering them. The Rammus against the Anivia.
Yeah, those Anivia walls were on point, and it looks like they're going to be trading maybe an Udyr jungle.
Also, when you have a champion just running point blank at you, it's really easy to land a Flash Frost and just stun them and walk away. Also, her ultimate slows.
It doesn't look like they're going to be picking up Anivia yet. Maybe they're going to be trading off champions again.
Yeah, they're probably thinking they don't need to pick it yet, or maybe they're considering picking something else even. Twitch does a very, very, very large amount of damage late game, and even potentially mid game, for an 80 carry. I've played quite a bit of Twitch in my day. Also the Jarvan, very interesting. I could see that being a very strong combo with Twitch. They also recently buffed Jarvan, but Vayne will be locked in, which is understandable if you look at the red team.
Who do you foresee being their mid lane? Oh, there it is. It looks like it's going to be maybe a Malzahar.
It's really hard for me to see why they just wouldn't pick a Nivea again against Rammus.
Yeah, to be honest, I would just go with the Anivia pick because it was so strong. Those walls really helped their team in that.
And they are hovering Anivia.
Yep, and it looks like they're gonna do it.
Both teams have, red side's most likely engaged tool is going to be the Sejuani ultimate. Blue team has Nautilus ultimate, Rammus, Alistair Wombo.
Blue team having more engaged this time, I believe.
Yep, definitely more reliable engage. Sivir ultimate also on the terms of tactics of the Reds team can engage and even disengage a little bit, back off and then re-engage. They definitely have the power to do that. It's also going to speed up Udyr as well.
Yeah, that would make the Udyr even more faster.
And even Sejuani, it could boost her. She could then Q in and then throw her ultimate, or she could just throw her ultimate with the speed boost. They have a lot of flexibility in terms of disengaging or engaging.
I didn't even think about that, to be honest. The Sivir ult, that would work really well with Anivia too, because if she could get close enough to one of their carries to stun them and burst them down, it would take their carry completely out of the fight, like she did that Victor last game, and blue team got Dragon.
I feel like I see a lot more synergy on the side in terms of team composition for red team this game compared to blue team. That being said, Nautilus is still a very strong pick. I don't agree with the Rammus here after what we saw last game, but maybe he's just very confident on the Rammus.
After last game, I don't think I would have picked Rammus again into that Anivia, especially after they hovered Anivia. I don't know. Seeing that Rammus pick, I believe there's no reason that Baboom wouldn't have gone Anivia again, and he did. Or she did.
I'd really like to see the Alistair roam mid against the Anivia and try to shut down the Anivia after how effective that was last game. Alistair is definitely a support that is fantastic at roaming.
Yeah, I could see it, especially with how much they were roaming last game.
Also, Rammus can effectively gank Anivia during the laning phase if she uses her Flash Frost. So, if Malzahar baits out the Flash Frost, Rammus can go in, and Anivia doesn't have, any escapes. And her rank 1 wall isn't that strong. He can easily just go around it. So I'd like to see Rammus put some pressure on mid. Top lane's most likely just going to be a farm fest. And it's fairly hard for Rammus to gank bot lane just because of its, Sivir, the Sivir ult. So after 6, Sivir is fairly hard to gank.
Going back to that Rammus Anivia thing, I could actually foresee Anivia leveling up her wall a little bit. Just to avoid the Rammus ganking. I don't know though. I mean, she does a lot of damage to. Even level up the ult or the wall, she would do enough damage that she wouldn't really be lacking by not upgrading her other skills.
That'd be a very interesting idea. Vayne should do fairly well against Udyr, again able to kite. Something else I noticed is, similar to the last game, I really liked Vayne because they don't have any assassins that can really stop her, and they just have, 3 hard tanks, Sejuani, Trundle, and Udyr. She should be perfectly safe just to be able to mow them over and, use her silver bolts.
I really liked that Vayne pick into that team comp last game, yeah. But I guess this game decides it. I hope to see a comeback on the blue side this time. That would be amazing.
That would be very, very, very interesting. I'd like to see the Rammus get a little bit more done this game in terms of the early part of the game.
Yeah, I would too.
He was forced to use his flash a couple times, and that set them off. They also got caught out a couple times. Just didn't help them.
You're already in game and I'm still in loading screen.
Welcome to Summer's Rift.
That shows how crappy my computer is, right?
Sadly, yes. They're looking for an invade here. They don't have the best team to invade it, but Nautilus does have Anchor, so they have that going for them. Alistair, they could combo the Nautilus Anchor and then auto stun, and then Alistair could Q. And the Rammus could even potentially taunt. Obviously, starting taunt on Rammus sucks, though, as Rammus jungle.
Minions have spawned.
Anivia just chilling.
Yeah. They didn't go for the invade, did they? No, I think Sivir just queued and got a little damage off on them, forcing them to back out. Will up there trying
Rammus
to back.
starting red. They're lane swapping again. Vayne and Alistair going top. Interesting decision.
And if you're flashing the emote, no counterplay to that.
Flash it right back.
I'm actually a huge fan of that Anivia skin now. It looks awesome.
Yep, I have that Nivea skin as well. Definitely, in my opinion, your best skin.
And it looks like Red Team's actually in the lead with gold again.
Obviously,
Starting
top
off
and
early.
bot, not much is going to be happening here. Alistair taking my advice and roaming around a little bit here.
Ooh, Sejuani getting caught out in the
Getting some
enemy
vision.
jungle.
And Rammus has red buff, but she does flash and use her, I believe it's called Arctic Assault. I was about to say Arctic Rush. But, no, we're not talking about, some Dairy Queen beverage. So Sejuani going bot now.
That was actually a good play on the Rammus there. Getting the Sejuani flash.
A lot of the action is going to be in mid lane right now due to the lane swaps, unless you guys want to watch some PvE in the jungle. We'll watch these two mid laners battle it out.
It's actually a good matchup mid lane because Malzahar has a silence that if he lands it at the right time, he could stop the Anivia from doing her full combo.
Something kind of funny about Anivia is she's known for her wave clear. Oh, Malzahar taking a lot of
Anivia's
damage.
turning flash right there.
Very,
Getting the first blood.
very nice flash by Udyr. Udyr does a very large amount of damage if he's able to stick onto a target, and you're able to see it right there.
Yeah, that was a nice play by the Anivia and Udyr.
What's kind of ironic or paradoxical, I guess you could say, about Anivia is she's known for her wave clear, and yet pre-6, her wave clear is absolute garbage.
Yeah.
But once she hits
six,
level 6, that is when
yeah,
her wave clear becomes amazing.
Looks like they're going to be trading towers again.
That they are.
Red team actually stopping. Oh no, red team's going for an early dragon.
Red team's turret has been destroyed. Red team's turret has been destroyed.
That'll put them ahead by a lot of gold. They're already ahead by 1K.
Red team also gonna get Dragon.
Oh, blue team going for Rift Herald and Retaliation.
Good move.
Giving it to Rammus for that faster jungle clear.
Red team has slain the dragon.
That was a nice dragon on red team's part. Also, her pushing into Anivia's tower pretty hard.
She will lose a couple creeps, but she still has the gold lead.
And they're all actually pretty much even with minions. Udyr's ahead of the Rammus by 2. Anivia's ahead of the Malzahar by 11.
3 orienting themselves topside. Looking to get the top tier tower now, obviously, because the bot is gone.
Trundle chilling bot lane with the Vayne.
You're looking for a gank here. Flashing in
Ooh,
again.
getting
Very nice flash
Ooh.
frost.
Oh my god.
Very, very well played. Great communication there. As soon as
Yeah.
the stun from Udyr was over, the flash frost landed. Very, very nice chain of crowd control.
Ooh,
On to
Vayne getting the
Malzahar.
condemn off on that Trundle.
Trundle taking a lot of free damage.
That actually
They're
looks
looking
like
to dive
Anivia's gonna be-
Nautilus.
Anivia seems like she's going to be snowballing again because
Sejuani is
Udyr.
very tanky, and so is Udyr. They're going in. Can they
Ooh,
juggle the
getting
aggro?
doing a lot of damage to that Nautilus.
Wow.
That's actually going to be that top tower now. Blue team might be getting the bot tower as well.
Sejuani very, very tanky with the Ruby Crystal and the Relic Shield. Able to easily tank up that tower without any problems.
I don't think that Nautilus even saw that coming, to be
Red
honest.
team's turret has been destroyed.
Apparently not.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Ooh, it looks like red team's actually going to go for a tier 2. But I believe the blue team will take theirs first because they have Baron or Herald minions. Ooh, they might have that Nautilus again.
Not quite able to stick to him and get the bear stance on them. But it looks like they will get another tower. Nautilus going on to Sejuani. Not sure if that was the best move. He's having to flash out. Not really sure what he gains there.
Trundle actually successfully keeping them off the tower, but I don't think he's going to
But
have
the
enough
taunt.
damage to...
He does live though. At this point he's just stalling the inevitable, but
He should actually get out of there before the Rammus. The Rammus could have taunted him again. Anivia coming down for the gank.
probably looking for the Rammus. She could also potentially
Probably looking
burst
for
the
that
Vayne
Vayne.
here.
Oh my god.
Very
Getting the
nice job.
Vayne.
Could have comboed that a bit better. Probably should have thrown out the Flash Frost, then immediately ulted to get multiple ticks on, then E-autoed. Either way, Anivia, very bursty.
It's gonna cause the Anivia to snowball even more, being 2-0 now.
Getting the job done regardless.
Yeah. Udyr coming in on the Malzahar again.
Didn't work out very well for Mouse in the past, and it will not work out for Malzahar again.
him
0-3.
again.
And to be fair to the Malzahar, I mean, those were just some really, really good flash engages by the Udyr twice.
Yeah, that wasn't even his fault, per se. He couldn't have, I mean, I wouldn't blame him for that.
Yeah.
Udyr flashing on him and stunning him like that, and Anivia stunning him like that as well.
Really, the best way to counter it would be to have a ward, but the ward that they do have only gives them partial vision of this river. Udyr could easily just walk straight up through here without any
Yeah.
consequence. I think the main problem there was the ward placement for Malzahar. They should have had a ward in the P brush, per se.
Anivia doing a lot of damage to that Rammus, keeping him from backing up with that wall. Ooh, it looks like they're gonna have a big skirmish in River. Anivia getting a lot of damage off in that fight. Burning flash, but the red team winds out on top in that fight.
Condemn onto Anivia. Malzahar ult. Not being stopped, but only the egg was popped. Wow. Crazy amount of damage, and they had the numbers advantage. Going a little bit too hard for the Anivia. You gotta know, Anivia's passive. Just plops her into an egg.
It looks like that's going to be another tower, possibly 2 for the red team, increasing their
10
gold
and
advantage.
0. 6k 10 minutes in. That is very nasty.
Yeah. Hurts almost. And it looks like red team's actually setting up for the dragon to increase the gold difference even more.
They will be getting some nice stats from the second dragon. All sticking skeleton.
I'm completely amazed by this performance on red side.
Definitely turning up the heat. Anivia just hang off again. What can you say about it?
Yeah, I mean, Anivia is one of those champions that if you get 1 kill, you pretty much snowball, and Udyr gave her a kill and an assist. And that bot lane roam on Anivia's side, getting that kill on the Vayne too. Giving the Rift Herald to Rammus again.
Rammus looking to make a play here. Doesn't seem like it's working out very well at all.
Doesn't work out at all. Anivia turning that fight completely around. And it looks like Nautilus is going to go down too, along with 2 others.
Quite a bit of miscommunication there. I mean, Vayne was bot.
I believe that's going to be their tier 2, the last... Oh no,
They definitely didn't have the numbers advantage. I think they were just trying to force something there, but maybe even perhaps out of frustration.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
A huge gold lead in such an early portion of the game here. I mean, it's literally only 12 minutes in the game. This is like one of those solo queue
It looks
games.
like they're actually coming in on that Vayne. Nautilus using TP. Sivir going down, getting executed.
Nivea doesn't have egg, but she's taking up a lot of damage.
It seems like she's actually going to be able to get away.
But the Alistair, not
Ooh,
going to be
nicely
enough.
placed ult right there by
Rammus
Anivia.
can't really go in. His team is backing off.
That was a nicely placed ult by the Anivia.
They're most likely going to look to get the bot turret now. They have a huge gold lead.
It actually looks like that Trundle's going to be trying to take their top tier 3, but the minions are just going to push and he's going to back.
Yep, he's not going to have enough power by himself to be able to get through that.
And top side is pushing hard in their favor.
The most viable way I see blue team winning this game is if red team DCs.
Yeah.
And even then, even if one member DC'd, I still think they could pull it off with a 4v5.
I believe that they could pull it off with the 4v5 too. They're all just that far ahead in CS and gold and kills and assists.
Sivir's ahead, Udyr's ahead, Anivia's ahead. Their support Sejuani has the most kills on their team. Who is not ridiculously far ahead on their team.
It actually looks like...
Literally, Anivia's ult E took out half of Rammus's health. Frostbite doing a ton of damage to Rammus.
I was surprised that the Trundle actually 1v1 that Vayne successfully. Then again, he is 2-0, so I'm not actually that surprised anymore. Trundle counter jungling Mirana.
Yep, wanted to take that blue for himself.
Oh, it looks like they're gonna head bot lane and try to get that tier 2, the last tier 2 in the game. Ooh, they're actually diving. Nefarious taking a couple tower shots.
They're locked up and they're able to tank it. The damage is definitely there, as we've seen earlier multiple times.
Yeah, just steamrolled them bot lane. At this point, I don't think they should have even stayed to try to defend the tower.
15 kills, 0 deaths. Ram is taking
Maybe a perfect game.
ton amount of damage.
Taking a couple tower shots. I think she actually has egg up though. Increasing the gold.
It appears as if she does. 12k. Again, 16 minutes for the game. Red team appearing not even to take damage and just dish out a ton of it.
It actually looks like they might be able to push for the win if they all stayed.
Anivia lands the Flash Frost. Trundle getting a little too excited.
Is that Mouse going down? Nivea
The auto
going down
attack.
with the ult.
Can they get the Man Bear Pig? It does not appear as if they will. The bear stance. Too fast.
Ooh, I hope Sejuani actually tanks. Oh,
Can they kill Anivia here?
Oh,
Very,
that's
very nice
done.
Flash Frost by Anivia. And a good flash.
Good peel from that Sejuani. Wow, that was an amazing play on the Sejuani and Anivia appealing for
Definitely.
each other. Because I believe that if they... Oh, maybe. Nope, not fast enough. Which is ironic because he was Rammus.
I wonder how badly they'd love to kill that Anivia. After what happened last game and what has even been happening this game.
I'd have to guess and say pretty badly. It looks like Blue Team actually picked up their first kill in the game on that Sivir, and they might be picking up their first dragon. Vayne flashing icon, there's no counterplay to that. Udyr actually going in on the Vayne.
Man Bear Pig putting down a lot of damage. Sejuani ult. Only applying the slow. Not only does Anivia deal a hilarious amount of damage, but she's also very tanky. She has a fully stacked Rod of Ages and Haunting Guise. Misses the Flash Frost. Still puts a hilarious amount of damage on the Malzahar, only living by 50 HP. Also notice Blue Team doesn't have much wave clear. Red Team going in, using the Sivir ultimate. Man Bear Pig going ape, literally just walking through Blue Team and still not dying.
The Alistair headbutting him into his Rammus. That was actually kind of funny.
Sivir on a rampage.
The whole team just doing a lot of damage. I don't even think the Blue Team can stop them at this point.
At least the Blue Team did get one kill.
Yeah. I can't say it was the shutout. Ooh, Anivia doing a lot of damage right there, picking up the stun.
Malzahar ultimate used on Udyr, and he still lives.
I believe that's actually going to be game. Anivia picking up another kill on top of that.
That should definitely be game.
Getting the double. Stopping the Nautilus from going in.
Nautilus looked like he was literally in the middle of the wall. The Anivia.
Wow.
Literally put putting her wall up his anus.
Literally, I can't wait to look at the stats for this. They practically led by a 22k lead right there.
I mean,
Only
again,
having-
very little damage as expected by the blue team.
Yeah, only having one kill.
Anivia doing the most damage by far this game, 19.5k.
Oh yeah, nobody.
Second
Nobody
again
contested
being
that.
second being the Sivir with 8.3 rounded. Or actually, I'm sorry. Second actually goes to Malzahar, but second on the red team is Sivir.
Nobody pretty much contesting the Anivian damage.
Definitely not, and that's also partly because she got so fed early due to the Udyr ganks. Udyr was applying a lot of pressure to that lane, and it paid off really well. They were really able to combo the Flash Frost and Udyr Bear Stance stun very effectively.
That was a really nice combo. Great communication between the jungler and mid laner there. Anivia actually looks like she led by gold. The closest person to gold and to Anivia's gold was Udyr with 8.6k.
Very, very, very well played by the red team. They definitely deserve to win this series. I'm really curious how they were communicating with each other. Obviously, they seem to be a bit more organized. And very impressed with the mid lane jungle synergy.
Yeah, I was really impressed by that.
I was also very impressed by the Sejuani support in the first game. And I was very impressed by the AD carry, playing fairly consistently and dealing out the damage, doing what's needed to be done.
It was a good game overall, though. Or a good series overall.
Yep. Good job by both teams, going out there on the Rift, battling it out. Tune in the next time for the next OLS game, whatever it may be, and hopefully... Do you have any insider information on that?
The next game is on the 12th. It's Nefarious Esports versus Focus Who. It's at 10 p.m. Eastern Time.
Oddly enough, I won't be able to cast that game because I am on Focus Who.
Oh, good luck then.
I guess I could cast it while playing on my team, but the stream won't be able to see it. So, yeah. It'll be something for my team to look forward to, and potentially mute me during the game. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream, and if you did enjoy it, please follow, and stay tuned for Focus Who, my team, which, we're obviously going to win, taking on the opposing team, which will obviously lose, because I'm not on their team. Have a nice day, everyone.